considering and making his selection. This is an election year for the Lord. I kept saying it's an election year for him. So this election year, I want us to even pay attention to the actual presidential election, because the Lord, I believe, is placed in Osiris. And we talked about Osiris before. Go back and read about that. But the Lord says he is making his selection. It's his election year. And when he says that, he's talking about his people he's about to raise up in this year. So it's not just a presidential election for America and all that. It is in the house of the Lord. He's having an election and a selection year. This is how all of us just got promoted. You like, I just got here, promoted. Can use you. You look real. He checked you out. He said, yeah, I'm going to use you. Romans 9:27-28 says this. Romans 9:27-28 says this. They maintain the same emphasis. If each grain of sand on the seashore were numbered, the sum labeled chosen of God, there'll be numbers still, not names. Salvation comes by personal selection. God doesn't count us. He calls us by name, Sophia. Arithmetic is not his focus. The Lord is calling you by name. So stop letting Satan and these evil thoughts saying you are not qualified. The Lord called you by name. He knows every hair on your head. I read Psalm 139. He already knew you before your days was even counted. They was already written in the book. Also, it tells us this in 1 Peter chapter 2. Y'all should have known where I was going to 1 Peter. Why? Because he's selecting 1 Peter 2:8. We are disciples. We are assigned. That's the problem. People just good with their own salvation and do nothing else. It says go out and make disciples in all the world. Go out into the world to make disciples throughout all the world. But you have been chosen. I'm talking to the watchmen. I'm talking, you guys, if you under the sound of my voice, you hear that you have been chosen. You are on assignment. Don't say you ain't here. It says to speak up for him, to tell others of the night and day difference. Evil and holy. Difference he made for you. God, I'm here to tell y'all right now, he took me out of utter darkness. It was dark. From nothing to something. From rejected to accepted. That was 1 Peter 2. You can do 8 through 10.